So hi, if you don't know me, I'm Felice and I am a former Montessori educator. I was in education for 25 years and I am a near-death experiencer. In 2015, I was leaving work one day and I was teaching at school and I was leaving work, and as I was crossing the street at a busy intersection to get to my car, I was hit by a large pickup truck that came up from behind me and made a left-hand turn and hit me going about 30 plus miles per hour. And a lot of broken bones ensued, internal swelling, internal bleeding, internal organ damage, a cracked skull, staples in my head, lots of things occurred. And at the same time, I didn't feel any of it because I was in another realm entirely, having a very profound, spiritual, soulful, near-death experience. And there are lots of videos that I've done on YouTube that can go into detail about my experience, and I'll share more about that here and the transmissions received. And it's my hope that something in the sharings activate and ignite a remembering in you. We have a divine remembrance that's encoded into every cell and particle and molecule of our being. It's just been covered up, right? We go through life and we have these experiences and we forget. There's this veil of forgetfulness, and you can see small children have this remembrance and this connection that's so palpable. It's this magical, mystical connection. And as we grow and have humaning experiences, that kind of gets murky and muddied. So hopefully through what's shared here and on this channel will ignite your own remembrance without having to have a near-death experience. And leading up to the accident, there was a lot of things that happened. I call resiliency boot camp, and there was a full identity reboot in effect. I became an empty nester. My partner had an affair, and this all happened at the same time. Empty nesting, partner had an affair. I was in an accident skiing, which was a part of my identity, and had to have surgery. I took a leave of absence from work. There was a theft in my house and all my jewelry got stolen, every single thing except for the things that I was wearing and one other very precious pendant from my grandmother. And then my house had a fire. I moved in between all of that. Then as soon as the top floor had to be gutted and redone, it was on the market. The real estate agent went in, and the bottom floor had a flood and had to be gutted and redone. And then, just as I got on my feet again, the greatest shift of all happened, and I was completely knocked off my feet this time, quite literally, when I was leaving work one day. I had gone back to work and I was just getting back on my feet mentally, emotionally, physically, energetically. And as I was leaving work, a big ass truck hit me in a crosswalk. Needless to say, there were lots of broken bones, internal swelling and organ damage, and a cracked skull with a traumatic brain injury. And I had a very profound near-death experience. And for a couple of years, all I could do was simply, actually, that's not true. For a while, in certain spurts when I wasn't in physical therapy or occupational therapy or speech therapy or a multitude of other therapies, to heal my body and my brain, I was just being. Like, that's all I could do was simply sit and be. There was no doing in those moments, right? My body was physically broken and my brain was undergoing massive stress from a brain injury. And in that sitting and being and not doing, I really got to bathe in the essence of communion with the divine, which is such a blessing and such a gift. And yes, my life completely shifted, and there was a lot of trauma to the body. I had also had this extremely blissful experience. So I've come back to share about this experience in whatever way it supports, comforts, nourishes, inspires another. And I'm looking forward to sharing the downloads received in my near-death experience, how I got through Resiliency Bootcamp, and how we could all shift into the remembering of our true identity that lies beneath all the changes and all the shifts that we experience throughout our lives. So many blessings, lots of love.